Welcome to the Meredith Show. We're continuing our Senior Moments series this week with Janet Altman from Harbor Chase of Columbia. But first up, we've got Larry Reed joining us to tell you a little bit about the HECM loan, or the reverse mortgage. We're overjoyed to have a brand new sponsor on the program. Larry Reed is joining us, and you're no stranger to WIS. Thank you for being with us.
Thank you. I'm excited about it.
Now, your passion in your business is certainly in the mortgage industry, and you're no stranger to that. You're currently working with Security One Lending, but you've been in the industry for many, many years. Tell us about it.
I went to graduate school at Michigan State, and my first interview after graduate school was with a mortgage company. They offered me a job. I turned it down. I went back and looked at the industry, and I thought that would be fun. And I've now spent almost 40 years in it. So
oh my goodness.
I guess I found my niche.
You're very humble. You didn't mention that you were a CEO of 2 different major corporations through the years, and you've worked all over the country. Tell us about that.
Yeah, I have. I've had the opportunity to work in different parts of the country, different companies, different persuasions within the industry. And it's all been fun, but the most fun I've ever had is what I'm doing now.
And the funny thing about it, I found, is that you tried retirement out for a short bit, 5-year stint, and you said it wasn't for you.
It just didn't work for me. I was not a joyful retired person, like many of the people I talk with and work with today. I felt I wasn't passionate. I lost my passion. Maybe that's the word.
And you found it with what you're currently doing.
Oh.
And let's talk a little bit about what a HECM loan is.
Well, a HECM loan is a very unique loan, and that's what drew me to it, because a homeowner has to be at least 62 to qualify for this form of the reverse mortgage program. So it allows a homeowner to use the equity that's in their home and put it to work really any way they choose to. So there's many different versions of it, but the basic thing is it's tax-free money. They are protected for the home. They can live in the home the rest of their life as long as they pay their taxes and insurance. There's just many little nuances about it that people need to learn about.
Well, you also say it's important to consider that there are a lot of circumstances it does work for. Like, for instance, if you have a lien on your home or you have a mortgage currently, how does that factor in?
Well, oftentimes what will happen is that people will be kind of planning where they're going in life when they get to this age and older. And what this allows them to do in many cases, if they qualify, is to pay off that mortgage so that check that they're writing every month doesn't go out the door. It remains in their account. And so needs-based lending is part of what we do. People that are up against the wall or have a challenge financially, this can make a big, big difference in their lives.
You make a lot of great points, but what viewers at home might not understand is that this money can actually be received with a traditional HECM refinance in many ways.
You're absolutely right, Meredith. It can be received in a lump sum, although the government now limits the amount of lump sum you can take, because when values dropped in this real estate recession, some people took the cash and ran.
Oh my.
And the government ended up with a lot of extra homes because of that.
Wow.
So they now limit the cash that you can take. But the other options are still the same as they always have been, which is, another one is to take a monthly check. For example, I closed one for some folks just recently that took $30,000 because they wanted to pay off some debts, and they're now taking $340 a month tax-free for the next 10 years. That was their choice for taking additional money, adding to their cash flow.
So it's a lot of financial planning and can be very helpful in many ways.
Right. A lot of the discussions I have with people is we really look at their finances, and we look at how they're using it and how they feel pressure and how they feel stress. And then, can this really be useful to them?
Well, yes, and in many ways, you kind of want to look at the minimal credit requirements, what's required for many people.
Well, and the wonderful thing about this program is credit really doesn't matter.
Credit doesn't matter?
No,
did you just say that?
There's no credit score. There's no credit score.
Oh, my goodness.
There's no income calculation. There's no employment qualification. Things that we deal with in other mortgages don't come into play with this. And with this program, there's one other way they can take the money, and that is the line of credit. And this is the one that I really like in many cases, because it gives them an amount of money. For example, if there's an emergency, the air conditioner breaks, where are you going to get the money to replace it? Well, it's there. But if it's not being used, that unused portion of this line of credit actually grows like a savings account. So
wow.
Every month it gets larger. Now that really appeals to people, and a lot of people are familiar with home equity conversion loans that they have, or HELOC loans that they have from the bank.
Sure.
With this one, there's no monthly payment required.
Wow.
The bank requires a payment. With this one, they never have to pay it off, for example. There's no requirement that they pay it off. For the banks, a lot of these now are coming due because they all had terms on them. People forgot about that, but those terms, there's something like $200 billion over the next couple of years that are coming due with those HELOC loans at banks.
And not the ones that you're working with.
But the ones that we have do not have a limit on them as long as they pay their taxes and insurance.
You also say that there are a lot of benefit in the living years. Tell me about that.
Well, the benefit in the living years is that they're not making a payment. That's one of the primary ones. In other words, what happens is that money that would have gone out the door or at the end of the month because they had to write a check for their mortgage payment is now in their bank account. So there's much more flexibility, less stress in their lives. Just buying groceries in many cases can be easier. So in the needs-based borrower, this makes a huge difference. And again, I go back to the fact, don't be afraid of it. Take your time and learn about it.
And that's what you're here for. And before you leave us today, I thought it was really important we talk about this benefit is great for your heirs as well.
Well, the heirs, one of the wonderful things about it is the heirs are protected. It's called a non-recourse loan, which means that if there's equity in the property when the last of the, if it's a couple, for example, when the last of the two die, any equity will go to the estate to be distributed however they have their will set up. But if there is no equity because they've lived there a long time, the heirs can simply give the keys to the government with no liability to them individually or to the estate.
So it sounds like a win-win.
Well, it is, and even if there's other assets that become part of the estate, for example, they cannot be used to pay this off unless the heirs choose to.
Wow.
Gives them a lot of flexibility.
Lots of flexibility, wonderful terms, and many options, which is why it's best to call you to reach out to learn more.
Absolutely.
And it's easy to find you right here in Columbia, and the number's at the bottom of the screen. Thank you so much, Larry.
Thanks, Meredith.
So this week on Tie the Knot Tips, we are going to talk about flowers. Floral design is a wonderful way to bring in your personality, your style, and your colors to your event. So we are going to talk to two local florists, and they're going to give us some tips on how to find a florist that fits your style. They're also going to talk about some trends that we're seeing this year as well.
Hi, I'm Scott Jones with American Floral. The most important thing you're going to find about flowers and wedding flowers is going to be experience. Will they listen to you and find what you want, because this is your day. I'm already married, I've already done this. I want to make sure you get what you want. Find someone that'll listen to you. Share ideas, have your own ideas, not put together the same old wedding we did last weekend for someone else. This is your day.
I'm Grant Lorick, owner of Something Special Florist and Gifts in Irmo. I think one of the most important things is to kind of know your whole game plan. Colors, some favorite flowers, that kind of is going to save you some time when you get started. Plan out how much you need before you come in and talk to the florist. What you need, if you're having a sit-down dinner, think about all that stuff ahead of time as far as how many centerpieces I'm going to need, how many buffet arrangements I'm going to need.
We are seeing a lot of, the trend itself has seen a lot of more green. So you see the earth tones, you see the wagon wheels and the rustic, the curly willow, the earth tones throughout the flower colors and the dresses and things like that. You're also seeing a lot of brides that want the bling, a lot of crystals and a lot of pearls and a lot of wow, the uplighting and the pop.
And we're starting to see a lot of, I don't know why, but a lot of trending towards reds and really deep colors. We've had quite a few. All red weddings and got quite a few coming up, so I think that's going to kind of be a trend. It's just more bold color.
up next, we'll sit down with Janet Altman, senior care expert at Harbor Chase of Columbia, and she'll tell you what's so special about that assisted living community. We're delighted to be at Harbor Chase of Columbia today with Janet Altman. Thank you so much for being with us. And for those who are just tuning in or haven't had the opportunity to see you before on the program, you really are a senior care expert in the community. In the past, you've talked about the concept of calm. Tell viewers at home what they might want to think about when considering an assisted living facility.
Thank you. Calm is a wonderful world. We all want our world to be calm. And when you're looking at a loved one who has a need for assistance, they really should not be living alone. They need assistance. You're asking yourself, can they live at home? Can I just take care of them in their home?
The C, yes.
The C, right. Mm-hmm. Can they come to my home and live? You know? So the C in calm is actually asking yourself, can they call for help? If they need help, will they be able to contact me and say, I need help? That's the question. The A in calm is arranging their own daily schedule. Are they able to arrange their daily schedule? Are they able to make appointments, keep appointments, make plans? Or are you really having to do most of that, if not all of that, for them? That's a concern if they are not able to arrange their own daily schedules. Can they learn new things? That's the L. Can they learn new things? Can they learn a new remote control, learn how to use a new microwave? Can they learn new information like, you have a doctor's appointment tomorrow at 10. Can that new information stay in their minds long enough for them to do that? Or do they forget it very quickly? And the M in calm is, can they manage their own meals and meds? Are they able to prepare their own food? Remember that the food you put in the refrigerator is there for them to warm up? Can they take their own medications at the right time and not miss those doses they really, really need prescribed by their doctor? So you're asking yourself, is my loved one's life calm or not so calm? If it's not so calm, it might be time to think about an assisted living community for them.
And here's the beautiful thing. You actually provide a free class to the public right here at Harbor Chase, and you go through a large list of things that people might want to consider of their caregivers. Give us a little preview, if you wouldn't mind.
I certainly will. I do. We have a class called Family Caregiver 101, right? It's the basics of family caregiving. There are hundreds of thousands of family caregivers across this nation. It's been thrust upon them. They are taking care of mother or father or both. They're taking care of their husband or their wife or their grandmother. They are the family caregiver. They are choosing to dedicate their time and their lives and energy to taking care of this person who at one time took care of them. And there's so many questions. How do you maneuver through that scenario? How do you know what to do to be the best family caregiver possible? I can answer those questions.
And often you say it comes suddenly. It's not something that you have 30 years to think about.
Right.
It just comes up on you sometimes, unfortunately.
It does. And when it comes, it just takes you by surprise and you're thinking, wow, there's so many things I haven't thought through before this. I haven't thought this through. So at Family Caregiver 101, which I teach here at Harbor Chase every other month, and it's a 3-hour course. It's always on a Saturday from 9 o'clock until noon. We talk about all the things you will have to maneuver through as a family caregiver. It's a great resource for every family caregiver. So
Okay. So if you're watching at home, the number at the bottom of your screen is all you need to register. Again, no fee and tons of information. What are some of the big nuggets that you feel people can take away from that?
A lot of people are facing a dementing illness. Their loved one has memory loss. We talk about dementing illnesses and how to handle those things. There are things to do with hospice and home health. Not everyone understands all the benefits that home health and hospice provide through Medicare, and we need to explain those things. Things like financial issues about your parents' wills, their powers of attorney.
Like what is a power of attorney?
What is a power of attorney?
Many people don't know.
When is the right time to take care of that? So we talk about safety issues. We talk about communication techniques. We talk about a lot of things that let the family caregiver just do the best they possibly can do to care for their loved one.
And certainly you are a resource for all the information about what makes a great assisted living facility, because
Yes.
Harbor Chase is a special
Right.
place.
Yes, it is. It is.
Well, it's wonderful to be here with you, and we're very excited that we'll be returning because you have an ice cream parlor that's about to debut some wonderful new things on site here.
Right, we
It's
are.
a great community, and we also hope to head out to the porch at some point and join some seniors. Senior Moments has a lot of fun segments planned, among them lunch here at Harbor Chase.
Please come for lunch, Meredith. Please come.
Oh, and I should say, I'm not the only one invited. When people come in for a tour, they can have lunch too.
Yes, they can. We love to show off our wonderful food. So if you're thinking about assisted living, call me and say, Janet, I want to come for lunch. I want to bring Dad for lunch, bring Mom for lunch, and we will set that up, and I will host you, show you around, and have a wonderful meal with you here at Harbor Chase.
Well, it's been wonderful talking to you today. And please, if you're interested, just call the number at the bottom of your screen, and you can set up a tour right here at Harbor Chase of Columbia.
Harbor Chase, an assisted living and memory care community, is home to the best, those who live here and those who care for them. Kindness abounds, as does respect for each life and the dignity it has earned. Our highly trained, compassionate associates provide the highest quality of care that engages body, mind, and spirit.
I am so glad my son found Harbor Chase for me. I'm happy here.
Harbor Chase, celebrating senior living each and every day.
It's a joy to be in the gourmet shop back again, sharing Meredith's must-haves with you. And one of my most favorite things about the gourmet shop is that they have so much wonderful, local, great goods to share with you. Today we're talking about some local artists and their work that we brought in to showcase. Mary Catherine Coonsey has a business called Uniquely MC Handbags. The bag you see here is custom made, and she has a version of 10 different kinds of designs that she can match to your desire. And the best part is she's extremely popular with gifts for weddings. And so if you'd like something unique for a gift for you or somebody you care about, you can catch her work at a variety of area locations, including Good for the Soul Shoes. The phone number is at the bottom of your screen. If you'd like to call her directly and get in touch, they'll help you. In our next Meredith must-have, we have some gorgeous art from a local artist named Teal Duncan. She resides at the beach in Charleston, which is where you can find her actually working in her studio at the Redux Contemporary Art Center. But don't be discouraged. You don't actually have to drive to the beach if you live in Columbia and you're intrigued, because her wonderful prints and her paintings are available for purchase online. All you have to do is go to tealduncan.com. And if you'd like to submit a Meredith must-have, we want to hear from you. Please email us at meredith@themeredithshow.com. Show is no stranger to business success stories. In fact, it's one of our greatest passions. But today we are really overjoyed to have Small Business Person of the Year with us today, Nancy Ogburn. Thank you so much for being on the program.
Thank you, Meredith.
Congratulations, first of all. Wow, what a year. I hear you're on billboards. What's that like?
It's amazing. It's a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity, and I'm absolutely thrilled.
Well, let me say this. You didn't really start out an enormous business, but you are a true success story. Tell me a little bit about how Tomato Palms was born, your business.
Well, it was quite by accident. I think a lot of entrepreneurs feel that way. I actually read an article in the newspaper about a homeless man that chose to pick up aluminum cans to put a roof over his head after a hospital stay. And I thought of all the aluminum cans that businesses were probably throwing away, and I decided to try to help the homeless by collecting cans, asking businesses to collect cans and donate them. From that, I found out that businesses needed help recycling. They said I could have their cans, but would I take their plastic bottles, their cardboard, and newspaper as well? So I found there were two needs, but they felt connected between the homeless situation and the businesses needing help recycling. So I started researching and talking to the South Carolina Department of Commerce, and opened up signed my first client in December of '08, and we have grown steadily ever since.
Well, you're very humble. Tell us about the size of your facility and where you started and where you are now.
Well, I started working out of my house. I was driving a little Honda Pilot, going around picking up my recyclables, and we have just recently added our third truck on the road, so quite an expansion, and we actually doubled our warehouse space in Irmo last year and have added up to 8 employees.
For people at home who aren't familiar with your company, tell us a little bit about the full gamut of your services.
We offer commercial recycling services to businesses in the Midlands, Richland, Lexington, Orangeburg, and Newberry counties. At this time, we go into businesses and offer inside services, so all they have to do is drop their recyclables in their break rooms or offices or conference rooms. We provide full service pickup, and we sort and take care of all the materials. And we have launched a new program where we are offering individuals who live in apartments and condominiums the opportunity to recycle as well.
I have to say, I was invited to come out as a reporter and cover this event. Little did I know that you, who I knew many years ago when you just started, were the recipient of this award. Tell us the reaction from your friends and families and greatest supporters.
It's been amazing. My family and friends know this journey that I've been on, and they know that it was quite by accident that I fell into it. It's been a lot of hard work.
You've had a lot of supporters, and they know it hasn't been an easy journey. What do you think is most amazing to them to see?
I think that they are amazed to see that I have grown this company to the point that I have. It's a new business, something that I didn't know about, but I was able to study and to bring it to the point that I've been named the South Carolina Small Business Person of the Year. It's just amazing.
It's so exciting, and it's awesome to be here with you. Congratulations, and we look forward to big things from Tomato Palms.
Thank you, Meredith.
Do you like the Irmo Park?
Yeah,
Why do you like it?
because there's kids and they love to play in the playground, and I love to play with them, and I love to play with them. I ask what the names are.
Did you know this is the first day that they were having a grand opening, and that's why they're snipping a ribbon today? Or have you been coming all along to this park?
I come sometimes when I want to. I come to the other park that we have in our neighborhood.
Okay. Who takes you to the park? Who do you like to go with when you come to the park?
Oh, I like those mommy or daddy.
Do you love your mommy or daddy?
I do love my mommy and daddy. They love me too.
Well, probably this is the largest project that I've seen the town of Irmo undertake. A few years back, they built a smaller park right next to Town Hall, and it was just wonderful. We didn't think they could outdo that, but they came in and built this park, and it's got a fantastic amphitheater, very family-oriented. The playground equipment is great, and my understanding is they've gotten such a great response, they're going to be adding more playground equipment. We hope so.
They love it. They love these kids have been over here, and they love the little, well, you can see it's got different things over here, but the fact that it's in the shade is what the parents love. You know, you go to any other park that we have in the area, and most of them are in wide open areas, so they get the full sun. And we're looking forward to have more people out here in the summertime than some of the other parks because of the shade.
I love the fact that they have the cool playground and that they have such a cool grand opening.
How often have you been?
2 to 3 times a week the past few weeks. So we're a homeschool family, so we come out during the day when it's not too busy.
Riley, will you watch the Meredith Show if I put you on TV?
Yeah.
Will your mom watch?
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
All right, Riley, you're the best. Can I have a high five? All right. Have you ever heard of the Meredith Show on TV?
No.
How about you?
No.
How about you, sir?
No.
You've never heard of the Meredith Show? Well, guess what? I'll see you on the Meredith Show.
We are here for the Empower Run.
It feels great to help people in the community while I have fun and get a little bit healthier.
And it's exciting to be able to do it and to be doing this for a cause, you know, and ultimately when it's hard out there and you're breathing hard, you think, all right, this is for a good cause, and so I'm going to do this.
Well, Axe Metro exists to empower families in crisis, to move from despair and dependence to hope and self-sufficiency.
Axe Metro is just a tremendous organization that is here to help families get on the right track.
It's very awesome. It's awesome. John and the group with Axe Metro they're just great people, and they're doing great stuff for the community.
The word empower says it all. It allows us to contribute and to be part of the community and to use our resources.
It just had all the elements that we were looking for to support a destination run for God. And it's just a really motivational experience to come out here and do so well, and it encourages people to want to continue.
We have a challenging course, but it's a course that is accessible to runners of all levels, and it really benefits folks right here in our community. So the money goes toward people who you're standing in line with at Walmart, or you're just next to at the gas station. These are folks right here in Lexington, Richland 5 School.
I have a sense it's bigger than just a run because it's Axe Metro and it's more about helping families who are in the need and then about winning or feeling good about yourself.
The Meredith Show is on the move, as you all know, and right now we're thrilled to be with Diaz of Diaz Merle Norman right here on Forest Drive. And you have a wonderful event that we'd like to tell viewers about coming up.
Yes, I, along with several of my friends, Beverly from Mary and Martha's and Jackie from Wild Birds, here at 4711 Forest Drive, we found the Memorial Day Flowers Foundation, and we've partnered with them. They will put 150 long stem red roses at Arlington National Cemetery on the tombstones of fallen veterans, and we get to also bring it locally to pass out 250 long stem red roses to our customers to place on those tombstones of local heroes that have given that greatest sacrifice for our freedom.
Well, Memorial Day is very emotional for many people. Why did you choose to get involved?
Well, so many people bypass Memorial Day and just think of it as another Monday that they don't have to go to work because so many businesses are closed for the vacation holiday. And it loses its meaning. And so we wanted to just strive back to let people know we've got to think about it. And what is the true meaning of Memorial Day? Those people that have given that sacrifice of their life for our freedom should be honored. And we want to take a moment for people to stop and think about it.
Well, it's lovely that people can come in all day on Saturday and be a part of this, and all they have to do is head to the stores on your screen, Diaz Merle Norman or Wild Birds Unlimited and Mary and Martha's. And it's such a joy to be with you, and we thank you for what you're doing in the community, Dia.
Thank you, Meredith.
Thanks for watching The Meredith Show. We hope you'll tune in next week because you never know where we'll wind up because we're always on the road. Be sure to like us on Facebook at The Meredith Show or email me at meredith@themeredithshow.com. You can also tweet us at Media Meredith. To sponsor a segment or a great story, call The Meredith Show at 803-430-6644. Tune in every week to The Meredith Show live on the radio, Wednesdays, 9 to 10 a.m. More inspiration and more love. And this week's tweetable quote of the week is for all the mothers out there. Special thanks to my mom, Barbara. Mother love is the fuel that enables a normal human being to do the impossible. Thanks for watching The Meredith Show, and remember, take a little time to share the love.